Hello, everybody. How are we doing? How are you doing, Katie?
I'm good because we're back.
Yes, we're back and we're better than ever.
We haven't filmed an episode in almost 4 months because we've been gone for the summer.
Well, obviously.
No doubt. But we're back now.
And I'm really excited to be back. I've missed Hawklight. It's been very sad not being able to be here over the summer, but we are back. We are better than ever.
Yeah. I'm super excited for this year. We have a lot of plans for the podcast. And we've put a lot of planning into it to make it better quality. So hopefully all of our episodes will actually be up on YouTube this year because a lot of them we would just film live. So if you happen to be in the rec center, you would hear it, but we didn't put a lot of them up on YouTube. So that's one of our main goals this year.
So video listeners, I guess, video watchers, that's probably why you see the camera quality a lot different. Audio listeners, we love you guys, but clearly it's just the same. Nothing has really changed, but we just wanted to produce these episodes at a better, frame rate, better qualities, sound quality, better video quality. So, yeah,
super exciting. And then we also have a lot of fun episode ideas already in the works. We definitely want to have more guests on this year, so that's already being planned out.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, we're just excited to produce a better quality podcast.
And we hope you guys can tune in and enjoy it more often.
Yeah. So this episode, we just kind of wanted to make a welcome back episode, talk about our summer and the upcoming school year because we are now sophomores. We're not freshmen anymore.
Yeah, it's a little scary, but honestly, I wasn't too fazed by it. I'm just kind of oh, we're back at Roger. We're doing our thing. Not anything super crazy. So,
yeah. Very exciting. So I figured we could start off the episode just by recapping our summer. Any highlights we had from the summer, what we've been up to, any travel we did, and just anything new about us since May because it's been
a while.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
So what I did, I literally spent an extra month here at Roger because I love my campus so much. I stayed here and I was working orientation as an orientation advisor. That was definitely a really fun experience, and if you ever want an opportunity to be a leader and to be able to work with SPLO, especially during the summer month, I would definitely recommend working as an orientation advisor. It's a really good leadership experience. You get to also help the incoming students kind of navigate where they're going to be here at Roger. So that's really, really fun. And then after that, I didn't really do much. I occasionally saw my boyfriend, would spend weekends with him. But other than that, I was just spending time with my family.
Very cool. One thing you forgot to mention
that
I know you did, you moved.
Oh, yeah! I forgot to say that. So I'm officially no longer living in Florida. I am back in Boston, Massachusetts. For those of you who don't know, I used to live in Massachusetts when I was a kid, and then I moved out around middle school and lived in Florida for 5 years. And now I'm back, and we're better than ever. I do miss Florida. It's really sad, but, new beginnings, they don't hurt. So yeah. I'm excited.
Back in New England.
Back in New England, cool. Baby. Okay, what about you, Katie? What did you do?
So I didn't have a super crazy summer. I worked a lot. I've talked about it a few times, but I work for The Social Circle, which is a digital marketing company located in Connecticut. And basically we produce social media content for a variety of small businesses and nonprofit organizations. So I spent my entire summer doing that. And I got to work with so many new businesses this year.
Oh, that's fun.
Or this summer. And yeah, just produce a lot of great content. And it was super great. I'm trying to think. I hung out with my friends, my hometown friends. Had a little weekend where some of my friends from here came to Connecticut.
I saw.
Which was very cool because they're all, both of them are from Massachusetts. So they didn't really know what to expect coming to Connecticut.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, but we had a good time with that. And then towards the end of summer, I went to Bermuda. And it was a dream come true.
What's your rating out of 10? Like vacation spot wise, what's your rating?
I would say, so I actually did a cruise. We were only there for like 2 days.
Oh.
But yeah, but the cruise in total was like 6 days, I think. I would give it like an 8 out of 10, only because I was not even out in the sun for that long there, and I got so burnt on my face to the point where it was like painful.
Oh.
Yeah, like, and I was so good about applying sunscreen too. Like, every 30 minutes I would re-put it on my face, and I still got, like, burnt so badly.
That's awful.
Yeah, and so it's one of those things where, like, you try to prevent it, and then you still end up getting burnt anyways. So that's, like, my only con. The sun there is, like, crazy.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun. I got to spend time with my family, which was super nice. It was great. I would definitely do it again.
That's good.
Loved it. Loved
That's
every
good.
second. Yeah.
That's good. Whew. So it's the start of a new year. New year, new classes, new people, new faces. Honestly, it hasn't even been that difficult for me to kind of adjust coming back to Roger because I was here for a weekend for organizational things, and it was pretty fun. But, like, I was kind of expecting, I was, like, waiting. I was, like, anticipating coming back to Roger. I was, like, counting the days down. I'm like, you know, this many days till we go back. So it's safe to say I was really excited to come. Oh, sorry. I was really excited to come back. I will say it's been very hectic, like, 2 weeks, mainly because, you know, I got even more involved on campus. I don't know how that's even possible. I got more involved, so obviously I'm running around a lot more. But, you know, it hasn't been, like, nothing negative. I'm just excited for my classes. My classes have been pretty good. You know, it's been a lot with all my involvement with my jobs. But, you know, that's what comes with having a lot of things to do. And honestly, I prefer being kept busy than, like, staying in my dorm and doing nothing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like it's always nice to have, like, more going on than nothing going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel the same. But, yeah, definitely easing back into the idea of going to school after, like, 3 months. My schedule is definitely different from last year.
Yeah. I feel mine's is, like, pretty similar.
Yeah. I feel like my schedule, I had almost all morning classes, pretty balanced, and now I stacked a lot of my classes, so I have Wednesdays off, which is so nice. But a lot of my classes are kind of in, like, the later afternoon, nighttime. Just because I work virtual for my social media job when I'm here.
Okay.
And so I kind of just wanted to set time aside in the morning to be able to do that. So that was my plan. I was really nervous going into it just because I didn't know how I would like the idea of night classes.
Yeah.
And kind of having my schedule stacked up. But I'm loving it so far. I feel super productive. Yeah, so it's been pretty great. And yeah, I was also like, I feel like by August I was counting down the days. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go.
I feel like summer gets to a point where it's like, okay, like, can we just, like, go already? Can we just, like, go to school now? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, no, I was pretty excited when I moved in, and, you know, it was very, very interesting. Speaking of move-in, why don't we talk about that? How was your move-in?
So my move-in experience was pretty good. I am in a triple this year in Stonewall, which absolutely love the 2 girls that I'm living with. They're great. But one of them is a peer mentor and the other was an OA. So they both moved in like a week before me. I was the last to move in. But it was really great, pretty seamless. I don't know. I didn't have anything crazy happen. My family was a big help. They helped me move in.
That's good.
Yeah, I like my dorm. I was in Willow last year. Now I'm in Stonewall. I definitely prefer Stonewall.
Yeah, I literally my freshman year when I lived there, I was so happy I was not in like Willow, Cedar, or Maple. So
Yeah. Which, like, no shade to Willow, but I definitely prefer having more people on one floor.
And also not walking up a hill every morning.
That hill was rough, and I always thought it would get easier as the year went on, and it never did. But yeah, because like my Willow dorm last year, it was like my room, one other room, and then my RA and a bathroom, and that was the entire floor.
Were you on the first floor?
Yes. So that's why, because there was the common room.
Yeah.
Whereas this year, I'm definitely like, obviously, I have more suite mates.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that better. It feels like there's a bigger community of people, which I prefer. But both are great options.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, my move-in was very interesting. So I lived in Stonewall last year. I lived in Stonewall 1. And now I live in Bayside. And I live in a 6-person apartment. So it was definitely a very big jump from a double to a 6-person, living with 4 other people. But honestly, they are all pretty amazing. All the seniors I live with are really cool, and my other roommate, who's also a sophomore, she's also really cool. But I actually ended up bringing a lot more than I was expecting, or that I really needed, and I still ended up leaving a bunch of important things back home. But it was all right. It took me forever to move in. I moved in at let's say 2:45. I moved in. I ended up going to bed at 1 a.m, and I wasn't even done. And I wasn't even done.
Oh,
literally, all my stuff was scattered between my bed and then my 2 other roommates' beds.
Yeah.
Because they weren't there yet. Literally, it was scattered. Everything was scattered. It was such a big mess. And I literally was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be great at moving in. It's gonna be so easy. Not like these people I see online, filming moving vlogs, and they take forever. I was humbled during my move-in. I was like, oh my gosh, I suck at moving in because I'm taking forever. And I was also watching YouTube at the same time, so I'm like, okay, screenager, that's why you're taking forever. So yeah. But it's been pretty good. Sometimes when I want to use a bathroom, it gets a little tough because 5 other people are also living with me. But honestly, it's been pretty cool. There's constantly conversations happening in the dorm. It's never dead quiet, which I enjoy. So yeah.
So what is the room situation? Are you is it
so
2 doubles?
The 6-person in the Bayside 400s, it's 2 triples, and then a small bathroom, and then a kitchen, kind of a little dining area, and then a mini common room. It's it's just a living room. It's pretty spacious, I will say that. It is pretty good, spacing wise. And it is nice to have a kitchen because you can just kind of cook for yourself. You don't constantly have to go to the dining hall. I do have to do grocery shopping though, so.
I was gonna ask, so do you have a small meal plan, or are you fully off?
I have the 125 meal plan. Okay. And it's less expensive, so I was like, well, I might as well use it because I could still cook for myself and go grocery shopping and also still eat at the dining hall, but I'm not spending the same amount of money if I had the regular plan.
Yeah.
So
I get you.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep, very, very cool. But I feel like we should go back and talk about kind of what we took away from our freshman year, because freshman year was definitely very interesting. Never thought I would be running a podcast my freshman year, ever. Just a bunch of stuff happened that I never thought would happen. But what is your biggest takeaway from freshman year?
I feel like I gained a lot of independence. I learned how to be an independent person.
Slay.
Because you're living on your own for the first time. Yeah. So that was pretty great. Definitely going through the whole situation of finding your people.
Yeah.
I think too. I think sometimes it can take a little while, but that was definitely an interesting experience because you're thrown into an environment where there are so many different people that I feel like it can be super easy to be like, this person's my best friend.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
and then it turns out that they're not.
yeah,
So-
and just like you're like, oh, like those aren't really my people, and then eventually you find them. So I think too, just like following your gut and like, I don't know, just having patience with finding the right people and just spending your time with people who fill your cup and make
Yeah.
you feel good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a really big one. I can relate to that. I would say my biggest takeaway is that I didn't realize how much I like to be involved. For those of you who know me, especially if you're like a good friend of mine or you're in a club with me or an org, you know that I am extremely involved. And I didn't realize how much I actually enjoyed it until obviously freshman year. Because before that, I was like dreading it. Like in high school, I really dreaded it because like, yeah, I was on the e-board for my choir in high school, but like in high school, everything is so different. I feel like things that you tend to like in college, like in high school, you hated them because like it was a different environment. But like, I don't know. I didn't realize how much I really enjoyed giving back to the community, serving the community, and having fun while doing it. Like I get to do this job, give back to our student body. I get to do a lot of different things on campus that just, is giving back to our community here at Rogers. So I would say I didn't realize how much I like giving back to our community until freshman year.
Yeah, and I think with that being said, like being involved in high school and being involved in college are two completely different things.
Two different things.
Because the atmosphere and the relationships that you have with people are so different. Like just like that high school culture of like everybody's cliquey, like I don't know.
And which you'll still find that like in the real world because like
it's everywhere.
It's literally everywhere.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just more, I don't know. You tend to enjoy it more because you're also more independent and you're not being forced to be involved on campus.
Yeah.
You get to kind of choose what you want to do. So you can choose a variety of our clubs here on campus. You can choose to be a part of an org if you'd want to. You can choose like where you want to work and you don't have to like work off campus if you don't want to. Like it's really, really cool.
Yeah, and like going off that too, there's so many more ways to get involved compared to high school. I went to, no shade to my high school, love my high school, but I went to a really small high school, so there weren't like a ton of clubs compared to here. The options are endless. The student involvement fair just happened, and there were so many tables, so many clubs that I didn't even know about.
Yeah.
So that was super cool. There are over like 80 different clubs and organizations on campus. So
well, there's like I believe 6 or 7 organizations on campus, but there's a big variety of clubs.
Yeah. So overall, just there are so many more ways to get involved compared to high school. So
I went to a high school that's, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, it's probably like Roger size, but like maybe 500 less kids. Like it's quite literally Roger. But everything was extremely cliquey, like cliquey on steroids. Like it was extremely cliquey, and it just got to the point where if I wanted to join anything, which there wasn't a lot of variety, like there was a lot of things, but not like compared to Roger. Like if I wanted to join something, I just never felt like I belonged there. Like I always felt very awkward because everyone knew each other, and I was like, oh. But whereas here, if you like go to a club, or like if you go to an organizational meeting, like just if you go to any meeting, it's pretty chill. You just kind of go there and people are glad to have you. Like it never feels like a hostile situation. It never feels like, oh my god, what are you doing here? Like all the orgs and clubs here on campus are extremely like welcoming, and I think that that's probably one of the biggest things that differentiates high school involvement and college involvement.
100%. I've never felt awkward going to a club meeting that I've never been to before.
Mm-hmm.
Always been excited, and everybody's always been welcoming, which is super nice. So overall, if you had to give one freshman this year a piece of advice, what would it be?
I would say get involved. I am extremely involved, and I just like to see other people involved. Be involved, but also take time for yourself. Take care of yourself, because sometimes we get super involved, super caught up in something, and then we forget to take care of ourselves. And if we don't take care of ourselves, how are we supposed to do what we're supposed to do when it comes to like running a club or running an org? And that doesn't just go for freshmen. That goes for literally anyone listening right now. Take care of yourself, because your job's not going to be able to do itself if you're not there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely take time for yourself. Take care of yourself, so that you're able to do what you're supposed to do. What about you? What would you give?
My one piece of advice would be have patience with yourself. I think when you first start college, it's so easy to feel like, oh my God, I shouldn't feel homesick. I should have a schedule.
Yeah.
Like, I should have a solid friend group the first week. And it can be super easy to feel like you should have everything figured out. But it's super important to be patient with yourself, because it's such a big change. It takes a while to adjust, especially if you're living away from home. And yeah, it just takes a while to fall into kind of the right clubs and activities that you like to do, and figure out what major you want, and kind of have a steady schedule. So definitely be patient with yourself. Don't compare yourself to others.
Oh, please don't do that.
Don't do that. That's the worst.
If you always do that, not just in college, if you compare yourself to others in life, you're never going to be satisfied with the current version of yourself, or any other version of yourself that you like change into to try and please others. You're never going to be satisfied with yourself if you constantly are changing who you are to please others, and you're comparing yourself to other people. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Just be yourself. Be authentically yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. So, good advice, I think.
Yeah. It's okay. If at least one person takes our advice, I'll be happy.
Yes. So, I think the last thing we wanted to cover really quick was any new Roger updates.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, there are more to this list than what we're sharing,
but we want to keep it short.
Yeah, we could go on and on forever.
Yeah.
I feel like things are always changing. But the first big update is Bridges.
Bridges has changed. I assume everyone has already been on Bridges. If you haven't, then I think you've been sleeping under a rock, because class has already started.
If you haven't been on Bridges, I'm worried.
Yeah, I'm very concerned. How are you knowing when your classes are? But yeah, Bridges got a new update, new code. I was already expecting it, because I was already told ahead of time for my job as an OA. But honestly, it doesn't even look that bad. I just feel like it's a little annoying, though. Like, it just kind of looks good. I'll give them that. It looks good. It's just sometimes it can be a little confusing trying to find your classes. But I'm definitely gonna get used to this and enjoy it, because I think it's a nice kind of look. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
I don't mind it. I've heard a lot of opinions from people on it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I don't think it's, like, horrible. Definitely an adjustment, but I don't really have a problem with it.
Yeah. It's just an adjustment, so.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then the second update that we wanted to share is for all of our people in the School of Business.
Gabelli.
So Gabelli has a new entrepreneurship major and minor in courses.
Yes, this was introduced at I want to say at the end of last year, but I think it was introduced this year, like over the summer. I'm unsure, but they just launched this new major, because it was only a minor previously, but now it's a major. So if you are a freshman who is undecided, undeclared business, look into entrepreneurship. because it might be a good opportunity for you. Or if you're an upperclassman and you want to take a course in this, or literally anyone, if anyone wants to take a course in entrepreneurship or make it their minor, go for it. Like, you know, not to toot our horn of Gabelli because we love our school, but, you know, we think it's a great major, and if you have plans of trying out a course in entrepreneurship, definitely go for it, because Gabelli would love to have you.
Yeah. When I saw that email, I was so excited, and I definitely want to try to take a course maybe next semester under entrepreneurship, just because I think it's something new.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, anyways, guys, that was today's episode. We hope you guys enjoyed that. And we hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.